then you can find a way to essentially sneak your way in and deal with the guards there without alerting the Beholder, because you might have a chance against the Beholder, but not if you're also being attacked by a bunch of other guys.
Yeah. We were not made aware of that part.
It's more one of those things of,
Hey, we're
It's a
going to go
beholder.
get the Beholder, not kill ourselves.
It's just kind of like when you're playing Star Wars, watching the Star Wars movies, and the rolling credits at the front are just kind of giving you more information that, wasn't really apparent in the last movie.
Apparently, my account does not exist.
You're what now?
That's because it's an email address that I didn't put in as an email address.
Don't you hate that? The shit that happens, you gotta... Some things to use an email, and some things you have to use your account, and then you go to the one that doesn't take the other, and you're like, okay, fine, reset my password. That doesn't exist. Use your email. I vote we don't die.
So anyway, essentially as it stands, you're still in the meeting with her, discussing how exactly this is going to work.
So first off, she needs to give all of us bags of holding.
All of us. Do you know how much of a bad idea that is?
Well, we could just put James in the bag of holding, and in his bag of holding, and then I could put his bag of holding in my bag of holding, and then I jump in it, and then
you're all dead because you put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
You create a bigger air source with more air from each bag of holding.
Exactly.
In my mind, I get stuck in the bag of holdings pocket dimension while you guys just get fucking obliterated.
We were talking about how we could add tubes to the bag of holding to increase the air supply. You missed that one, Jack.
I asked if we can get a hose or something to be inside, like halfway out of the bag of holding, so we can get like an oxygen thing going. So
that was shot down very quickly.
Yeah, it turned into it's in the bag of holding or it's out of the bag of holding. There is no in between.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Great Forks, North Dakota. There's going to be a low of -19 tonight.
No thanks.
With wind chill values near -38. Fuck that.
Man, it's going to be cold in that bag of holding.
So first off, we all need bags of holding.
Yeah, where are we going to put them?
And this would help
I'm
how?
walking in there with fucking 4 bags of holding.
This does not concern you. We all need bags of holding.
Why? We can't all put them in the bags of holding unless Jack decides he wants to carry 4 bags of holding on him.
I'm just trying to get this dumb bitch to give us all bags of holding, okay?
Mike, stop trying to work the system to your advantage. It doesn't work. It never works.
It worked the last time. We captured all 3 of those motherfuckers alive, thanks to my spell.
I mean, every idea is a good idea until the DM says it's not a good idea.
I'm waiting it. So, what's your argument that you should all have bags of holding?
A fashion statement?
Yes.
It's just a good fashion statement.
I just facepalmed. That's
Giving you a look.
Can I roll a persuasion to try to convince her to give us all the bags of holding? Fuck it.
What's the reason you're giving her? You're just trying to persuade her.
Just trying to persuade her. We need them.
Do we just
With
want
disadvantage.
We might need them for things.
What if we just try and
With
ask
disadvantage.
the other option is we can ask her for those as part of the reward if we help her out.
They rolled a 12 and a 22.
Yeah, no.
Damn it.
I'm still trying to figure out, is the concept of all of us going into the bag of holding and Jack sneaks us in, is that a good idea or a bad idea, Kevin?
It's an idea.
It's an idea.
Look, I'm saying however you want to approach this, you can approach it. It's just you have to come up with a plan.
I just...
She has a potential idea that she can be convinced to follow any plan that isn't going to involve her death.
What's her plan?
Her plan is basically, essentially... Okay, basically her plan is pretend to hand you in as a fake guard to then get revealed to be a fake guard to then get everyone else in. So basically it's like a double
That was my
betrayal type
plan.
thing.
Stealing my
What?
ideas. That was my original plan.
I think in some regards the way we were planning on doing that was having it look like we were betraying her.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah, that was like her idea thing.
Well, is she able to go past the barrier? Because I know she has the ability to make herself look different, but once we get past that barrier, doesn't that just get dispelled?
it will get disrupted briefly, which would set off alarms. Well, it will basically let everyone in the vicinity realize that, hey, what the fuck's going on there with that magic?
Yeah, but if she's not trying to disguise herself, if we turn her in as who she actually is,
Yep, that would work.
and a fireball happy bard.
I'm still asking the question of if 3 people were to go into the bag of holding, is that still 10 minutes of air for each person, or is that getting reduced to a third of air
I'm
per
going to say
person?
that goes to 3.3 minutes of air.
It's 10 divided by the number of creatures, and that's an actual ruling on it.
Okay. So we would get 2 minutes of air. Okay. Well, I don't like my bag of holding idea now.
Oh wait, 4 of us?
We all die. That's the bag of holding idea.
Just short breaths. It's fine.
Jack,
You can extend the amount of air. It's fine.
create SCBA, Jack.
You say that like that's not what it is.
No, air packs for everyone.
What if we cut a hole?
No, Mike. You just take your bag of holding and hold it over your face while you're in the bag of holding.
So
That sounds like a terrible idea. See, we all need bags of holding.
so if
Minutes of air right there.
if we're gonna pretend to be guards and turn you in, that basically means we need 4 disguises.
I don't know if even pretending to be guards is a good idea. I just
Mhm.
pretend to be mercenaries that caught these guys, and you heard that they were looking for people like this.
I mean,
You want money for them.
you're already a bard.
Yeah. Hence
Exactly.
the fact that he is the, shall we say,
I am the bait. Don't sugarcoat
yes, the bait.
Well, I guess we already have 3 disguises because the people that tried to kidnap Mike already in the beginning, right?
Yep. Intact, too.
You think we captured them alive thanks to Mike?
Depending on RNG, just to make sure that they would actually be captured alive.
Thanks to my badass spells.
I'm bored. I wiggle my fingers and everything dies. Alright, so I guess there's just going to be Jack, myself, and Matt all disguising, bringing in our bard for trades and our prisoner.
So we're gonna put Jack in a bag of holding.
It's 10 minutes. We don't have to worry about Jack. Maybe put Matt in the back holding, actually thinking about it.
I mean, I'm an
The paladin
AC
does rather stick out.
I'm an AC 21 cleric.
Yeah, I think there's
In full enchanted chainmail.
God, there's a bit of a height difference
What
between.
could go wrong?
There's a bit of a height difference there.
I'm going to roll to stealth.
That can be our secret weapon. When they come to attack us, we turn the bag of holding inside out, and he shoots out.
We just send a
Double disadvantage.
We just send like a little dwarf covered in sheet metal, just rocketing towards somebody at like 30 miles per hour.
30 speed.
All right. So if that's the case, if it's not going to be 3 of us returning, well, are we going to try and convince a guy to bring us back and vouch for us, or do we want to like scuff up one of their outfits to make it look like, oh, this one didn't survive, here's the proof, but we made it back type deal? While we have Matt inside the little bag of holding.
I still vote that we don't even use the disguises, and you just, hey, we want to sell these guys to you.
It could work.
How far into the place?
Cost them anyway. Like,
We actually don't need to get that far in, and she's gonna kind of point to the map. The checkpoints here, from what I can tell from this memory, there's a system there that will trigger alarms throughout there. So long as we can get to that point without triggering them, and either go past it or deal with everyone there, then we should have no issues.
so fireball the checkpoint. Got it.
No.
Why not? That would deal with the checkpoint.
The barracks is right above that, you dumb fuck.
So we'll fireball the barracks at the same time.
In this case, below, but the point still stands.
Okay, cloud of daggers. The
And how do you intend on getting to the beholder's room?
By the stairs.
I got options. I got. Ooh, that might work. I can cast Stinking Cloud on the checkpoint. It creates a 20-foot radius yellow sphere of nauseating gas that every creature that's completely within the cloud starts its turn by making Constitution saving throw, and on a failed save, they spend its action retching and reeling. Creatures that do not need to breathe are immune to this poison. So it'll just incapacitate all of them.
It could work, and provided we get past the checkpoint, I should have a way to deal with the rest of the guards in the base, and potentially help us deal with the Beholder too, depending on, well, how willing the Hells are to help us out.
Or Fireball, or Cloud of Daggers, or Lightning Bolt, or Nathir's Mischief again.
And just for clarification, this barrier that dispels magic is just like right at the entrance to the cave, or opening.
Yes. Dispel is even too...
I'm picturing it more like a walk.
disrupt more than dispel.
Just makes everything blip real quick.
Do we know how many people are at the checkpoint?
At least 2, probably more.
So we didn't see the number of people in their vision.
At least 3. 4 seems likely, though. Barracks themselves are at least a dozen or so.
That
Depends on how many are out in the city at the moment, but they tend to shift often. So I would suspect at least a dozen to 20 at most in the barracks.
So we hit the barracks first, fireball the shit out of it.
Fireball?
You know, or just collapse the entrance to the barracks so we don't have to deal with it, period.
I may have a solution to the barracks myself.
Fireball the
Go on.
entrance to the barracks, got it.
Serious, buddy?
Let's just say, have you ever heard of a Tanaruk?
No.
Can't say I have.
Let's just say it takes care of problems.
I don't like the sound of that. How does it take care of problems?
By violence.
I like it. Let's do it.
Oh, crap.
Just use the magic word violence, and Mike's all for it.
Basically.
Okay, so we're looking at 3 to 4 at the checkpoint, possibly. Up to a dozen people inside of the barracks, and just a few more scattered around randomly. And by walking through, the barrier will set off alarms, or is it more along the lines of whoever's watching there will see that it goes off?
They'll know that we passed through no matter what. But if they assume that we are just trading in myself or your deal borrowed here, they won't see fit to raise any such alarms.
Okay.
Let ye old bait and switch begin.
I mean, might have to.
So when we get close, Samako's in the bag of holding. Jack and I, are we disguising Jack and I, or no?
I was kidding about putting Matt in the bag of holding.
I'm kind of serious.
Fuck it. Put Matt in the bag of holding.
If we're concerned about it, then I guess we can have Matt as another prisoner that was protecting you, Mike, Miss Rain, and then I guess, yes, Jack and I are disguising.
We don't have to disguise. We could just be like, hey, we heard you were looking for these people.
Okay. I mean, we just need this to be needlessly complex. Okay, sure, let's go. So we have prisoner Mike and Miss Rain, Nightshade.
Should we bring the dead bodies of their cohorts
I
and be
think
like,
that's
hey,
a bad sign.
these two killed these guys. We figured you'd want them.
There's like a lot of bodies to carry.
We carry a lot of dead bodies around. A lot.
That doesn't mean we want to.
We have a bag of holding now, though, so we can put them all in there.
Why would we bring them? Wouldn't that raise more suspicion to have a couple of their henchmen caught inside of the fucking bag?
I'm just thinking, how would you know that they're looking for those people? Unless you happen to see 3 of their guys get murdered by 2 of them.
Well, I feel like we had to worry about continuity errors at that point, too, with them not being roughed up.
I can't even.
Didn't we end up killing them?
Well, I did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they ended up dying, so, like, they're roughed up.
No, I mean, like, all of us being roughed up, if we, or at the very least, you and Rain over there.
Oh, no, we just fucking obliterated them.
Yeah, so we captured these 2. There's not a single mark on them because, you know, we were just so great at capturing them, and they did such a good job of killing your other 2 guys. So for my first trick, I'm going to pull out 2 corpses from this bag of holding.
Sounds like a great plan. I don't see any problems with this.
I'm turning off my brain so I don't see any problems with it either.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, you know, everything.
How about
Like it usually does.
if you okay, I'm still kind of on the concept of let's not bring the corpses with us. Let's just bring up torn or like raggedy shit and like the clothes with us inside the bag of holding.
Okay, that works.
Thank you.
That was going to be my initial suggestion, but that sounded too easy.
As okay, so we're going to do like really shitty rope ties on your hands, carry you along, kind of like push you along, bring to the hideout.
Pseudo handcuff knot.
Oh god. This never ends well. It's okay, I can still cast Vicious Mockery at everyone. So. That only has a verbal component.
It's the guy that turns you into a sheep when you need him.
So we brought you this sheep and this lady.
One's a bard. Take a guess which one. Okay, so we've got a plan.
I still must enact revenge against that man.
So we're going to make sure there's something over Mike's mouth as we bring him over.
Rude.
This plan is already kind of like teetering with being okay to falling apart tremendously, and you just saying just like the one wrong thing could make it go all the way over. Everybody in agreement with the plan?
No.
Miss Rain, anything? Any other comments?
As much as I hate to say this, if you're gagging him, you might as well gag me too.
We'll make it a loose tie on yours.
I would think.
Double
For that,
rude.
Very necessary.
Very, very necessary. Okay, so which way are we going to this place?
we need to go down to the sewers. And for that, Perform's gonna shift into that of a generic-looking human. But you guess if I wasn't seen until after we get below. She's gonna look at you. You are a practicing druid, correct?
Correct?
In that case, Thaddeus, the imp, is going to jump up onto your shoulder and turn back into a bird. That won't arouse too much suspicion.
Oh, I thought yes. I'm fine with this.
I object to the mouth ties.
Do you object
You can't
to
object.
the... Because you're tied already at the
It's
mouth.
too late.
At that, Thaddeus's beak is gonna open up, and for it is gonna be, deal with it, bard.
Oh, if you thought yes.
Triple rude.
Someone knows how to deal with it properly.
Alright. Okay, so we're all rested, spell slots are good, everybody's remanaged their slots.
I'm gonna start stomping out the old rock you on the floor with my feet. No bardic inspiration for any of you, motherfuckers.
Like that's ever helped me before.
Oh, it will be very important now.
I don't like that.
Nope, I'm saving it all for myself. All for me.
Mom said it's my turn to have the bardic inspiration.
Nope.
But you always get the bardic inspiration.
He does. I always give it to James and Matt, and they never fucking use it.
Try and make more of a habit of using it. It's just one of those things, like, I have it, I don't want to waste it.
I can give it to you again.
Okay, that's a good point. Alright, I guess I'll just use it more often.
Like wit, or it's like Matt's thing.
I can do it 4 times per short rest.
Yeah, oh, that's nice.
Matt's is just like, what the fuck was Matt's again?
I don't know, but we need that, so we need to figure out what that was.
Bliss?
Bless.
Bless.
That's it. What's bliss?
I mean, that's also concentration only up to 1 minute. So
Which is 10 turns.
I don't know if that is enough for what we're planning, or do you think that's enough? We can try it.
Alright, unless anyone has anything else they need to make this plan work, or anything else you want to do right now, you're gonna begin setting off towards the sewers.
That's fine. Out of curiosity, when it comes to Bless, since it says it can go up to 3 creatures, that basically means each creature can have an instance, doesn't mean you can apply it 3 times to somebody.
Each creature gets an instance.
Howdy all, James here. I just wanted to take a minute and explain the difference between Bardic Inspiration and Bless, and this seemed easier than typing it all out. The way Bardic Inspiration works is that it allows one creature to add 1 additional die to their attack roll, saving throw, or ability check, but is a one-time use until another instance of Bardic Inspiration is placed on the creature again. Bless, however, adds 1d4 to a saving throw and/or attack roll for the duration of the spell on 3 separate creatures. Technically speaking, Bless can be used an infinite amount of times so long as the spell effect is active. Okay, back to the video.
Okay. To the
Alright,
sewers.
level 1, it's up to 3.
Alright. Off to the sewers.
Alright. Well, once you get down, though, she's gonna transform back into her regular form and let you gag and bind her, looking like it's secured, but not really. And after that, she's gonna pass the onus off to you of what to do now.
Point in the direction of where we're going to pop up close. Like, where's the entrance closest to?
The raven on your shoulders speak from its mouth. Quickest way here is go straight down, take a left, and then a right.
Left and then a right?
We have a map.
Yes, but she knows exactly where the thing is.
Right, but we have the map of the sewers too, don't forget. Are we going to the X on the sewers where we weren't supposed to go and we went anyway?
Yes.
Cool.
I
Grand.
told you we shouldn't go there.
X on the sewers?
To the X in the sewers. We're off to see the wizard the beholder. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we go down the sewers. We take our left and we take our right.
Anything else you're doing?
I'm trying to figure out if there was like anything that's going to pop up of us doing
no,
that.
by this point, nothing has popped up, but you're going to be coming into the site of the entrance to this place.
Yeah, okay. Nothing around us thus far. It's just coming up to the entrance.
Well, you've cleared out the 2 giant cubes, so...
Sweet.
So burn it with fire.
Not right now. Aren't you supposed to be gagged too?
He will be gagged once you decide to gag him. And anything else you need to do to sell the image.
Okay, so we're going to make it so that the way it looks like Mike is tied up, and we're going to put the gag on. And I guess what we're going to do, since I'm assuming that we have to stay in single file for where we are on the line, we're going to have it so that way. Jack, do you want to be solely in the back, or do you not want to be in the back?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, so it's just going to be me up front, Matt's going to be right behind me, and then behind that, we're going to have a loose piece of rope holding Miss Rain, and then another one's looking like it's holding Mike, and then Jack will be behind Mike.
Alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Come on, Vados. Let's go.
Okay, so we're getting close to the entrance.
Yes. And as you turn around the last corner, you don't see any yards at the outside, but you can see a very clearly cut stone opening into the side of the sewer. Big enough for what you could assume to be the beholder to fit through. Pretty easily, in fact.
Well, it looks about right. Alright. Go through the cutting. The opening.
Alright. As you enter into this, who's first again?
I'm first.
Then Matt, Rianne, and Jack in the back, right?
Correct, yes.
As you essentially round into this area, you can kind of feel like this brief tingle of magic wash over you. As like your quiver for a brief second kind of hums before it passes through, and then it just stops.
There's the line.
And you see in that entrance corridor, I guess how you call it, 2 hooded, cloaked figures sitting at a table playing cards who, upon seeing you, grab the swords and saying, "Who are you?" "Oh." Is looking at me and says, "Well, look who got dragged in, finally."